Hello, Pisces. Welcome back to my channel. I am smudging up your cards. Evelyn Shell, Palo Santo in there. It's pretty smoky, feeling great. Okay, guess what? Yesterday was my birthday, and I got some loot. Check it out. Oh, I'm so happy. These are called the Crystal Tarot by Philip Primuch. I think that's how you pronounce it. If not, I apologize. Okay, so I'm a Libra, right? So I like to do things in order, but I just really felt like doing Pisces reading right now, partially because I think everyone knows how I feel about Pisces, but also because I had this conversation with one of my favorite Pisces people about the gift of time and how important it makes people feel to be given that quick return text, or that good morning, how are you, or just a moment in time that you set aside for another person, and how important that makes other people feel. And being a Pisces, being the oldest, souls in this incarnation, your presence makes people feel so good and so watery and so just, I mean, everybody knows how it makes me feel. And so I'm hoping that it's, like that for everyone else too, because Pisces are so, okay, so I got this too, right? This book about the zodiac. And of course I tore up the Pisces section first. And it's talking about your constellation being these two fish, and that Pisces always live in this dreamland of all of these wonderful things that you can do because you can, right? And so the ocean signifying the world of never-ending possibilities. Then you have this one fish and the other fish, and that Pisces constantly have to choose between rising to the top or sinking down to the bottom. And so as a Libra, I'm like, well, no wonder, because that's perfect balance. You're either going to go up, or you're going to go down, or you're going to stay in the middle. So how does that relate to time? Every moment that you have to give to another person. And I've been talking a lot this week about, our sole purpose being here is to spread love, right? Because that is the universal energy. That is the white light, the divine. It's the energy of love is what it is. And so our purpose here is to spread that love. And so how does that relate with you, with giving your time to people? So we're going to use my fancy new deck. It's supposed to also include crystals, which I have my big chalice full of crystals here. But the last couple of readings I did, I wasn't able to incorporate those because I kind of get in a flow. So we'll see. So calling in guides, calling in angels, calling in anyone from the highest good who would like to spread a message for my Pisces people for mid-October 2017. Moving into Scorpio season. The veil is the thinnest now. So if you'd like to communicate, please do. Let's go. Okay. And we're going to cut past present, future. And honestly, I'm not inclined to read these cards in reverse at all. I don't know why, I'm just not. And then the pretty draw is this. Okay, so let's talk about your recent past, Pisces. Well, right here in your base, you have the High Priest. Look at how he holds his hand, okay? If you look at ancient depictions of all of these high, pharaohs and priests and popes and all of the depictions throughout the different cultures, they have a finger up towards the heavens, towards the universe, towards whatever. This signifies a higher knowing, high priest, higher knowing, higher self. Okay, so in the first couple of weeks of October, you're like in this place where you're like, I know Pisces. I am Pisces. I know what I want. I know what I feel. I know what's the best for me. And then under that, you have the Knight of Swords, who is an action taker. And it could be dealing with an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but I feel like this is just more about having this knowing of this thing that's important to Pisces, and then taking the action to get there, because then under that you have the Seven of Cups, which is, you know, all of your options, hopes, and dreams. So you're moving towards it with this. So this is in your base for your recent past. And in your lineup, you've got this for the recent past, you have the Magician. And I think we talked about in our last spread, the Magician came out with the Star, and you were manifesting something really awesome. So you're still in that. And honestly, you've moved from the Magician with the Star to the Magician with the High Priest. So instead of like being this person who manifests and hoping and wishing that it comes through, you're now this magician who is going to manifest something that you have the and I heard, so mote it be, and so it is, and so it will be, as above, so below. You've moved from a place of, geez, I hope this happens, to this is going to happen. And that's, you know, pretty sweet, Pisces, right? Because then you have the Page of Wands, which is this message of this passion. And I heard that it was waited for, you have been, I just got this like chill, like you had this idea that you, like, so you knew something was going on, but it wasn't really like out there. And with this page, it's definitely out there now, and it has to do with the Queen of Pentacles. So these are people, right? So these are people in your life. And what I like about this new deck is that it, for example, okay, like you've got wands here. It doesn't depict people, it depicts energy. This depicts people. So here's you as the magician. Are you thinking about this King or Queen of Pentacles, this earthly solid foundation? Keep hearing solid foundation. And right in the last couple of weeks, there's a good chance, or you know, right about now, you got the message across. This thing that you were trying to manifest, that you were wondering about, hoping about, it turned from hoping for it to just knowing it is what it is. Because then moving into your present right now, you have another page. So you have the Page of Wands. So you have this passionate news, and you have this earthly, so you're talking about things that are coming, information that's coming in about the way you feel about stuff, and information coming in about things that you own, and things that have to do with tangible things. So right in this space right now, maybe this person or these people are connected, but one is passion and one is some kind of earthly thing, and you're hearing news about it. It may be connected, but depending on, you know, who this is for, who this is resonating for, it might only connect with some of you. So for some of you, it's going to be connected, both passion and tangible things, and some of you, these will be two separate things. But the tangible one is what's happening right now. So I feel like recently you heard about this passionate thing, and now you're moving to a place where it can be tangible, because as your base for the present, you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about working to make it happen. And under that, you have the King of Pentacles. So you do have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. These are two people working. I keep hearing working, and I hear foundation, and I hear this, like, I'm feeling like, I feel like I want to go like this. Like, I feel like this coming, I heard glue coming together. And I also heard something about some of you are aware that this is past life. Some of you have met someone and your soul already knew who they were. And I feel like it wasn't somebody that you like normally would go for. And you're just like, I feel like they make you nervous. I do. But now it's moving to a place where it's more tangible. So, you know, you can relate this to work. And this would be, you know, working with someone who you wouldn't normally work with, and they're like kind of surprising you. Like, wow, I'm glad I took that leap of faith there. You know, and this can be related to anything, but these are people. That's why I like this deck, because when it's about people, it shows people. And when it's about energy, it shows energy, because here, right in your dead center, you have the Ten of Swords. You're just over it. You're just over, like, you've got this new energy and this news and this news and these people and all these things that you're trying to manifest. And it's just so much that you were just over it. This is the Ten of Swords. This is over it. But also, I keep saying over it, but tens are over. So I think with these two messages coming in, the one about the passion and the one about the thing being tangible, just whatever it was that was bringing the anxieties over, because then next to that you're the Chariot, which is about moving on, or moving forward. Because when I said moving on, I heard no. And I think the reason that's a no is because you're bringing the new with you. You're not moving on from it. You found out about all these things. These pages came in, told you this stuff. And you're like, all right. And I heard you're going to go with that. Let's go. Let's do that. Sounds good for me. Go Pisces. Go, go, go. Yay. Oh, check it out. Because then in your near future, you got the High Priestess. So yourself plus this other energy that you're bringing into your life are extremely intuitive people. I feel like this relationship, and again, I go back to the soulmate thing and I have chills, but I just feel like both parties are aware that this is kind of divine. And that seemed, in reading for so many people, that seems like, you know, like how could that be the message for so many people? But we just had multiple giant planetary things, and people who were born in the sign of Pisces experience these things, and people who were born in the sign of Libra experience these things, all to their different degree. So for a big chunk of you, whether you're with somebody or whether you're not, you're moving into a place of wicked high awareness. Like everything is like, ooh, that was spiritual, and whoa, that was spiritual, and there's a sign, and here's a sign, and oh my God, that's a sign too. And you're becoming like, like, that's what's coming towards you. But it was already there, right? It was already innately within you, but now coming into the future, you're like, you're walking out as this like beam of knowing. But under that knowing, you have the Three of Swords. So this is heartbreak, but I heard more like mourning. And I feel like even though I get a little excited about the fact that there's all this intuition and all this knowing, that some of the things that you might be knowing about now might hurt my Pisces a little bit. And that makes me really sad, because stop it. Don't do that to my Pisces people. Because you guys are so lovely all the time. You're so romantic. And okay, so you have this High Priestess. This is in your base for the, like, right around Halloween. And you have this ultimate knowing. And it would make sense for this to come out as the base right around when the veil is thinnest. I mean, right? Everyone is feeling that right then. But then you've got this, there's something that's going to bring an end, because under that you have the Ace of Swords, which talks about getting the clarity. There's a need for clarity, or was, and now you have it. And so the clarity brings this full-on intuition. But under it, even though I don't really feel like you're going to show it, there is some mourning happening there. Because you have the Five of Wands. This is talking about arguing, you know, trying to battle some stuff. But you also have the Three of Wands. And I just pulled a lot of these same cards for Libra. So if there is a air sign in your life, or a Libra, you do have a lot of air energy here. You know, that's something to consider. Maybe watch that video too. But okay, so you've got this Three of Wands, which talks about almost having a complete foundation. You have three, you need four to make four corners of your foundation. But it also talks about watching the ships come in, which means that you know that the fourth peg there is on its way. And you're fine with that, and you're content, and it means the world to you, and you're watching it come in. However, you have to explain yourself to somebody. And I don't think that makes you really happy, because you don't feel like you should be explaining yourself to anyone. It's your life. You shouldn't have to. And so there's a little bit of like resistance there, you know, and that does bring the clarity and then the knowing. And then underneath that all, it brings a little bit of mourning. But the rest of the cards are so positive that I feel like the mourning is because it's moving from one chapter into another. And that's, you know, that's how transition works. It hurts a little bit. So I'm going to use the regular weight deck just to get a couple clarifiers here for Pisces, please. What additional messages do you have for Pisces? Spirit, please. What you got? What you got? some messages for Pisces. Woo! Huh. Maybe it is a Libra, right? I've talked about Libra multiple times in the spread. You've pulled tons and tons of air cards, and now you have the Libra card. If not, there is situations around you that have a lot of air energy. So this is going to be a lot of communication, a lot of trying to get clarity, a lot of fast action, and possibly a lot of cutting action, particularly with words. More importantly, this is about finding balance. Finding the balance that you need to, I heard again, have the clarity. And so getting this balance is gonna come from getting clarity. Oh, well, that was a little crazy. This like demanded to come out, so we will take it. And you know your soulmate. You just met them, or they've been in your life for a minute, but you're at a place now to where you're like, that's my soulmate, or this past life, I know this person on a level that I don't understand, or you know, maybe you do understand, but you can't put it into words that make sense in this dimension. Because to say, well, I feel like I've known you for 500-600 years, you know, what's nice to see you again, doesn't necessarily make sense to you or to anyone else. And it doesn't have to. If you, like I said, being a Pisces, you're very, very, very intuitive. Go with that. And don't waste your time trying to explain it to anybody. You don't explain anything to anybody. You're Pisces. Pisces can do whatever the heck they want to do because they deserve to. I mean, so does everybody, but Pisces in particular give so much of themselves to other people that, you know, when you find something that's for you, Pisces, please take it. You know, what goes around does come around. And so as Pisces, giving and giving and, you know, having this sense of wonderment all the time, when something that is wonderful comes back to you, take it. Just take it. I want this card. Woo! The devil. It's sure is tempting, isn't it? When you find somebody that you have already known and they make you feel balanced and your intuition is banging on all four corners like, hey, spiritual self, wake up. We're trying to tell you something, right? Be tempted to do this thing and it's okay. This is your wonderment and it's wonderful. So that makes me so happy. Pisces. So okay, if this isn't love, then there is a soul connection of something that I really feel like this has to do with soul. The soul purpose, soulmate, soul intention. Okay. But then I'm drawn to talk about time again, like I did in the beginning. So wrapping that up, full circle, pay attention to where it is you're exerting your, it's not even a word, exert, yeah, it is. Pay attention to which you're spending your time on. Are you spending time on things that don't make you happy, or did you find something that really makes your soul buzz, but you're not giving it any attention? And it doesn't have to be a person. It can be just whatever this is resonating for you. This is the energy for Pisces right now. Most Pisces have found something that's making them like, wow, that's magical. And they don't know what to do with it. And let me tell you what to do with it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Go with it. Love it. Feel it. Live it. Carpe diem. Be in it. Because it's for you. It is. So I feel great for Pisces. That makes me feel good. Listen, I'm coming back around Halloween time. I might do something special talking about how to cross the veil. So the hearing guides, seeing guides, meeting up with these spiritual people, this is something that everyone can do. And part of my soul purpose, I have found, is that I'm supposed to teach people how to do this. So I want to come back around Halloween, and of course we'll do your regular spread, but I'm also going to add a couple little zingers in there about how to maybe do some neat stuff for yourself when the veil is really, really thin. Okay, Pisces, so if this resonated with you, please do like, subscribe, share, click the little bell so you'll get a notification whenever I'm back on here. And until then, have a great one.